Okay, this is Ernest ODell, and we've had some questions on the IMN, IRN, and Instant Rewards groups about using the form code generator in the back office. IRN, instantrewardsnetwork.com, and the IMN. They both work the same way. So let me just get in here real quick, and I want to show you real quick. And I'm going to go down here to my control panel in instantrewardsnetwork.com, and right down here is the HTML form code. Okay, now let's get over into Instant Money Network, which operates the same way. This HTML form code, this control panel is supplied by a software company called LeadCapturePageSystems.com, LCPS. So you'll hear me refer to this in the webinars and the replays as LCPS. Over here is Instant Rewards Network, the same way over on any of the other different companies that are using the LCPS software system. It's a great system for hooking in the freebie offer networks. Okay, scroll down a little bit and you'll see a preview of this code. If you make any changes, you can update by clicking on this button right here, and it'll update the code inside here. Now let me give you a little explanation, okay, because this is critical. You do have to know a little bit of HTML, and the only place really you would want to use this would be like over on another website. Now you're not going to need this if you already have your lead capture form set up. Let me just go back here for a real quick. Okay, on your capture pages on the IMN, you only have three. You have this one here, which is your default. Okay, let me close that. Then you have one that looks like a contact form. So if you change up your paradigm in the way you advertise, you can just say apply here and then give them a link to your main site, but set that as your default. And then, of course, this doesn't show anything in the thumbnail, but it's got a real nice, quick, down and dirty. It's really a hard working site. This is really a great site. It's it does the job. It's quick, down and dirty. No videos. It just they read it all in 1.5 screens. Okay, and whichever one you select by clicking on this bar right here, then that's going to make it your primary page, and you'll see it back here in your office. Okay, you want to change that, just go back and make that your primary page, and then you'll get back here and see the thumbnail. Now let's get back over to the HTML form code. How would we use this and why? If you've got your default page set up and you're advertising your default page, okay, let's say Instant Money InstantMoneyNetwork.com, and it's got my phone number up here. It's got the default. Let me just put that on hold. Okay, if I come over here and change this lead capture page to, let's say, make this the primary page, come back over here and refresh this screen, you'll see where it just comes up. Now this will still drop the applicant's name, the lead's name and email, phone number, and comment into your lead group. It'll still put it back here in your leads. Okay, so you can use this If you want to change up the way you advertise, how you position your ads on the various networks. If we go back into capture pages and let's change it over to this little quick down and dirty, refresh. Okay, there you go. All right, now I'm just going to go back and change this because it doesn't have a thumbnail that it's reading, so it can't find it on the server. Let's just go back and use the primary. Okay, I've set that as my default, and I'm going to go back here. Now, how would I use the form code in the Instant Money Network? I'm going to go over to webs.com. There's a lot of really neat websites out here where you can make free websites. Webs.com, Wix, Weebly, you name it. Okay. Webs.com, I have what I call a pre-sales page, okay, for instant rewards. So let me get logged in here and I'll show you where I would use that HTML code. Okay. And let's see. Here, okay. This is a preview of the Instant Rewards Network pre-sales page. I've got it set up looking like a big job ad. This is clickable. It takes them over to my Instant Money Network. Okay. I embedded one of my ads up on Facebook. We'll show you how to do that in another webinar. We've already done that. And then these images are all keyed to go over. Okay. Now, let's say I just wanted to go ahead and plug in. You know, I mean, why reinvent the wheel? You know, if you've got a lead capture page set up over here in your capture page section and it's working for you, you really don't need to bother with changing things up. If you set a lead capture form over here and you drop them down into your lead group, there's two things you don't want. You don't want to redirect them back to this page, you know, if you do work off-site, and you don't want to redirect them back over to your default landing page. You want to go ahead and get them started on the orientation. Okay, so what you have to do is find your orientation code. Now, I've got it over here in a file on my hard drive, and I put it in text file so I can find it in my Instant Rewards folder. Orientation video links. Okay, here's Instant Money Network. Okay, and right here I would definitely want to take this and make sure that they go up underneath my team. So I would take this code right here, or let's say copy that, put this down here, and change the Instant Rewards Network to Instant Money Network, and test it before we try to use it. Make sure it goes over to the right place. Let's go ahead and test it and enter. It's not found. Okay. All right. Let's go back and see right here. Let's go up here and paste and go. And this takes it over to the Instant Money Network. Okay. So where would I find the link to the orientation? Well, before we start building a form, let's go over and look at our edit auto responses, because here's a clue, folks. This is where you're going to find your information. It's going to have a link in here somewhere that's going to redirect them over to an overview. Click here to watch the overview video on how IMN works. Alright, and you notice this little insert edit link is highlighted. So I'm going to click on that because this is where the code is. Now I've got home page, and because it's coded with a username, it's using a global code in there, so it picks up your information, my information, or whatever, you know, you got your username in there. Alright, so let's cancel this, and let's go back over here and plug this in that didn't work. And I want to send them over to the home page, and instead of using my default a username, I'm just going to put in my actual ID. So here what I want to do is go back and paste and go and send them here to the orientation, and it's got my number up here. Alright, and it'll start playing video, 2.5 minutes long. Let's go ahead and stop that, and it tells them complete step 1, upgrade optional, get free website, promote and refer others. This is the actual place where you want to send them. Now let's grab this, okay, and come back over to our HTML. Since I'm not going to need this, I'm not going to change anything. I'm just going to go off page so it doesn't save anything. I'm just going to go back to HTML form code. Alright, first things first, we're going to send it over to active leads. We're going to change this redirect URL, and we're going to send it over in update form. Now down here you see a preview. It's just got first name and email. Okay, and in the values here, alright, you can take this and copy that, say copy after you highlight everything, and you can change a few variables in here. Okay, now the redirect, you see it's going right here. If I put in the tilde a username tilde, it might not work right. It might and it might not. So to make sure that it does work right, I hard code the ID, and I make sure that you know my ID is in there. So you would want to do the same thing with yours. Okay, on the form, okay, you can do one of two things. On this form here, you can just say first name or name, and then update the form, and you'll see the preview. Well, it's kind of default. Alright, so it doesn't change anything. So you can leave it as is. You can always change it later. Now, it's going over to the orientation page, so you know they will sign up under me. And it's going into my primary group, which is 1. My ID value, okay, as my ID number is 12438. Yours will be different. The hidden value type, we don't mess with that. The S page, okay, this will show up in your back office, if you look at the lead, and it'll show where the code came from. So what I can do, let's say I'm working on this instant rewards referral application page over on Webs. Okay, I want to call this change that from HTML code to capitalize IR Webs, or let's say IMN Webs. Okay, so this will let me know that this lead is coming in from my instant money network application site over on webs.com. Now I'm going to collect all of this, Control A copy, Control C. Control A is a select all, Control C. If you do a select all, right click and then select all copy, it'll work either way inside this form. Now we'll just leave this as is for right now. Let's go back over to the preview and let's go up here to Webs, and I want to open up and edit. Now each one of these free websites works differently, okay? Whether it's Weebly, Wix, Webs.com, they all have different functions, so you'll have to learn those. They have excellent tutorials on each system. But let's say you're building this site for somewhere else or someone else or yourself. Okay, and I want to let's say let me see if I can't put some HTML code right here in the middle. It won't let me put it right there in the middle, but it'll let me put it right up here between my Facebook embedded ad and the description. All right, so let's double click that, and we're going to put the form code in there. And you can do one of two things here. You can manually center everything with the center tag, and then make sure you close your center tag with the /center and then right caret to close. If you don't put the center tags on it, then everything will be flush left. Okay, now we see right here, okay, a place where they can enter their name and address and apply. Let's do a title element and put it up here right in between. Okay, and we're going to click here to edit the title and say enter your email into your first name and email in the form below to apply. And let's take this and center it and bump it and bold it. Okay, if you want to come back in here and change it, highlight everything and let's give it a different color. Let's go over here and look at text color. And now we'll see where it's now red and stands out. All right, now let's say we want to do the same thing down here. Okay, we can put another form right here. So let's say Let's go up here and grab this first. Let's grab all this and Control C, copy, and let's go up here and put a title element just right below the last picture. Okay, and we're going to click here and then Control V as in Victor, and now we're going to come over here. We're going to grab the settings and just open it up for edit. We're not going to go over and grab the code again. We're just going to say select all, copy, and save. We haven't changed anything. Now what we're going to do is put in another HTML element below this right here. So come over here and put in an HTML element right below that title. Okay, and we're going to double click that, and we're going to paste the code in, and it's already got the center tags, and we'll just do this right here. Now let's say we wanted to change the text on the submit button. Okay, let's go in here, and where it says submit down here, let's say yes, I want to get started now. Alright, and this is how it's going to look. Yes, I want to get started now. Alright, and let's see, we're going to test this in a minute. Okay, so let's go up here and do the same thing. We're going to change this value on the text button, on the submit button, and we're going to say yes, let me get started now. And there it is. Yes, let me get started now. You can change from 3 exclamation marks to 1 exclamation mark. It says, yes, I want to get started now. So let's do this. Let's come in here, edit, and say, yes, I want to start. I want to start now. Okay, and let's just go ahead and copy all this, save the changes, come back up here and go in here and do the same thing here, highlight everything, overwrite it with what you copied. Yes, I want to start now, save changes, and there. Yes, I want to start now, and we're going to publish. Okay, once it finishes publishing, I can go back over here to reload the page and see what it looks like. And there it is, and the Facebook ad will come up right above it. Now I can take this Facebook ad out over here, or I can move it. Let's do this. Okay, and select all of this, copy it, save changes, just in case I goof it up, and I want to drag this down I want to put it down here at the bottom of the website. You can do that one of two ways. You can go in there and copy all the code, delete that element, and then put a new element down here, or you can just drag it down. Okay, so let's republish and go back over here and do a reload, and we'll see where we've moved the embedded ad down, and now we have an application form set up here at the top and another one over here, and the ad has been moved out of the way so it doesn't detract from our message. Our message paradigm is to apply right now, and it gives them a lot of information here. So you can basically you can create an alternate href for Craigslist or for some others that have flagged the Instant Rewards Network or the Instant Money Network domain, and you can get by that by using something like this. Send them over to your web page. You might say something like, you know, work with Daniel.webs.com. Okay, webs.com is a free site that you can set up. Okay, now that's the code. All right, that I've just set up in there. I made a little modification and I changed the submit value to yes. I want to start now. Okay, I want to start now, not yesterday, not tomorrow. Okay, now let's test this, and it should go over to the Instant Money overview. All right, so let's test it and make sure that it goes over and it has my number up there. All right, so now we are on a live page. We've reloaded it, so let's put in Benjamin Franklin, and we'll say B Franklin at questarpc.com. all right, and we'll say yes, I want to start now, and there you go, folks, it works. Now let's go over and see if, let's close this and let's go back over to our database and let's go and see if the lead came in. Let's go back to our account, and guess what? There's Benjamin Franklin, the guy who flew the kite. And if we go over here and check Benjamin Franklin, no phone number. Okay, now how do you fix this? You want a phone number in there? All right, let me show you how to do that. Let's go back here. Go back to the form code, and we're going to send it over to a redirect. And you've got first name and email put in by the system. Okay, it's automatically put in by the system. So let's say phone number, okay, and update form. Now we have a preview, shows first name, email, and phone. So let's go ahead and grab this, all right, copy it, and let's go back over to our site builder and let's edit the code. All right, let's do I want to keep the center tags on here, and paste. And we want to change that submit value back to yes. Let me start now. I'll change that again. Okay. Control A to highlight all, Control C to copy. We're going to save the changes. And now we have first name, email, and phone number. Okay. If you want to bold the name, let's say first name, we say left caret B, right caret, left caret / B, right caret. That will close the tag on it so not everything stays bolded. That will bold up the title of that particular box. Alright, so let's go and do the same thing and make it stand out. Okay, and put left caret B, right caret, scroll down, left caret / B, right caret, and then we're going to do the same thing for phone, and we're going to give left caret B, right caret, scroll down, left caret / B, right caret, Control A copy, Control C, Control A select all, Control C to copy, save changes, and now all these elements are bolded. The only thing that you can't do is bold. I don't think, I've tried it before and it never did work right. I don't think you can bold up the value in the tag on the submit value. On the input type you can, but I haven't been able to do that on the key itself. You can always construct a button, you know, with that kind of text on there, and then substitute the value, you know, with a button, and then put a link to the button where it would actuate. But we're not going to do that. We've copied all that code, so let's go back up here and let's take and edit this. Control A, select all, Control V, overwrite, save, and now we have the same form up at the top and at the bottom. Alright, so they can apply when they first land on the page, or they can apply down here below, or they can just click on one of these and go straight over to your website first and then apply there. Okay, so it kind of serves a dual function. Alright, now let's publish this. And let's do a preview. And we see the preview loading up. There it is. Enter your first name and email in the form below to apply. They can read about the job. They can always come back up and apply. Or they can come down here and apply, or they can just click on one of these right here and it'll open up a new tab and take them straight over to your lead capture page, and then they can apply here. So there's one of two ways that they can apply. Alright, and because I've embedded the link here. Alright, so we know that works. That's how you use this code. Alright, You can put in first name, last name, phone number. You can put in address, city, state, zip code, best time to call, and all those variables will be placed into your lead group. Okay, so we've already got Benjamin Franklin in here. I could do another one on this particular form. We could say, let's say John Jason Robard, and JJROBARD at Questar capitalventures.com, and phone number is, we'll say, use my Las Vegas phone number and say yes, let me start now, and there we go. Here's my Lubbock number. Okay, and it's firing up, it's taking them over. So now all they have to do is just come in here and click on step 1, step 2, step 3. It'll take them through step 1. It doesn't open up in a new tab, but all the steps are right here. So all they have to do is just click here, step 1. They sign up in my starter. They continue to step 2. They'll get over to step 2, and whatever I have set up, let me put this on hold. I don't want to play step 2 tutorial. Step 2, choose an optional program to sign up under. They can they can sign up for the $40 upgrade. They can sign up for the $60 upgrade and earn an extra $10 bonus. They can sign up for the custom gift card, I think, if I'm not mistaken. It's one of these programs, or the PayPal. So they can choose one or all, and then they can go to step 3, and it'll take them right straight through it. And then it'll take them to step 3 and tell them now they've got to create their capture page. As long as they read the instructions, they can click here, and it should take them step by step over to where they can now apply for their own personal control panel and capture page. When they get logged into their Instant Rewards referral sites for Starter, PayPal, 60, they can plug in their numbers here so that their numbers work, and then they agree to the terms and create the account. All right, so we know this form works, and it's taken us over. So we'll leave this, we'll come back over here, and we'll look at leads, say John Jason Robard and Benjamin Franklin, and now I put the form in there. So let's look at that lead, and it's got a place in there for his first name. I can set it up to go first name, last name if you want to do that. We didn't change the capture page code and change it over to webs. So we can always go back, and we want to know where this came from. What we would do is open it up and change the capture page S page on this line, and we'll say something like IMN webs. Okay, copy all that and save the changes. Let's go back down here and copy, open up this one here, and we'll do a select all, overwrite, and put in the S page value. Okay, save changes, republish, and let's go and preview the page. Now it's live. And if you wanted to put first name, last name in there, you could put first name, last name. You can manipulate the code to have first name, last name beside each other. But this works best because if you follow the straight vertical up, down, it's pretty easy. First name, email, phone. If you don't want their phone number, if you just want to run first name and email, then there's no way that you can call them back and follow up with them. If you like to follow up with them, then plug in that phone variable. Okay, so let's say Robert Roberts, and we'll say rr@questarpc.com, and we'll say 832 446. I think that's my, there we go. Now we know it works. Okay, so let's close this, and let's close that, come back over here, and let's go back to view Robert Roberts. Click on that name, and you'll see where his information is loaded up here, and email history. It sent an email. Shows the capture page up here. If you click on that link, it won't go anywhere. But let's just go back over here, okay, and look at the lead itself. All right, Robert Roberts. Open it up, and you'll see now, if you look at the lead, you'll see which capture page it came from. So it came in. So if I'm running a campaign, and we'll show you how to run campaigns later, but at least you know the purpose of the HTML form editor is so that you can use it on an alternate site, and you can get people straight over. If you're a programmer type, you want to use your own lead capture page like I did over here. Yeah, you can do that. And the same thing, it'll work the same way for Instant Rewards Network. What makes the difference is this right here. This get CD PHP is the gateway. Okay, works just like a CGI, a common gateway interface. Okay, and then it drops it into the main form, into your lead group by your ID number. So Instant Rewards Network, IMN, one, IR, IMN, Instant Money Network. There's a number of ways that this will come in. Okay, if you want to create other variables, variable 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 through 10, you want to put in a best time to call, then that would show up in your email. So if I go over here and I check my email, and I check my default email that I'm registered to, I should have 3 test leads from Instant Money Network. Okay, here's 3 leads, Instant Money Network, new capture page leads. Okay, here's Benjamin Franklin. Okay, it doesn't have a best time to call in there, although we could put that in there. visitor at your website. Okay, John Jason Robard, and there's his phone number. Doesn't say best time to call. And then here's Robert Roberts. No best time to call, but it does show their IP number. Of course, this is my IP. The campaign, you can put in a campaign. We'll work on campaigns later, but keep it simple. This right here is where you want to make sure that it goes over to your orientation. And with that, I'm going to say this is the end of the HTML control panel tutorial.